Hi, I'm Mike, owner of The In-Groove in Phoenix, Arizona. Today I'm doing the new arrival video for September 13th, 2024. And this is a week of mostly pre-orders to tell you guys about, but I'm going to skip a lot of them. I told you guys in the past we're putting a lot of stuff for pre-order on the website. I kind of go over the highlights of those items, but if you go to the front page of the website, you can see everything that is available for pre-order. The first one is kind of a unique pre-order. I'm going to tell you a little bit of a story with it. It's going to take about 2 minutes. I apologize in advance, but it's kind of cool. I get emails all the time for people wanting me to distribute their record. They found out that I handle Kevin Gray's label, Coherent. It's the only record label that I actually distribute. And, hey, Mike, would you be interested in this? And it's not, my goal was never to be a record distributor. So normally the answer is no. So I keep getting emails. I kind of generally ignore them. Well, I started getting emails from a gentleman out in California, and I ignored them. Then I started getting customers coming in, like, hey, I met this guy at a California record show, and he said he's trying to get a hold of you to do this record, and you should take a look at it. I have 3 people give me that same kind of, what the hell's going on? Like, why am I getting all these emails? Why? It's like a concerted effort to try to get me to distribute a record. I still ignored it. Then I got an email from Kevin Gray, or a phone call. And he's like, Mike, you should listen to this record. It is really good. Tell me what you think, that kind of thing. I'm like, all right. So it kind of broke me down. It's like everybody's emailing me, the label, customers, people are coming into the store. Now Kevin Gray is like, I mastered it. It sounds awesome. You really should check this out. And I did. And now I'm distributing it because it's awesome. So I got a test pressing of it. I heard it. It's fantastic. It's like a straight 1950s bop record done in kind of the similar approach to what Kevin's doing. Not 2-track, not quite like that, but kind of that old school recording vibe. Everybody in the same room, not a zillion takes. It's a pretty awesome record. I've got samples of it on the website. If you go to the artist, it's Jacob Wendt, by the way. The name of the album is Silver Street. Straight 50s Blue Note style cover, front, back, tip-on jacket. It's been mastered by Kevin Gray. It was pressed at RTI. This is like a full luxe packaging and record. I mean, it is fantastic. If you like that 1950s, and this is my favorite type of jazz too. I mean, so for me, I like some of the avant-garde, and when you get into the more experimental stuff of the 70s, a lot of the soul jazz stuff as well. But the jazz that I fell in love with, the type of jazz that got me hooked was 50s bop, and it's still my favorite thing to listen to today. And that's kind of where this record lies. So go to the website and check it out. Jacob Wendt, Silver Street. It comes out October 18th. I've got it on the website. I'm putting a couple of samples up, like I said, so you'll be able to preview it. It's pretty awesome. I'll do a standalone video and kind of talk about it more in the future and kind of show it to you. Right now, I don't really have anything to physically show you other than a test pressing, which is a black record with a white label, so there's not much there to show you. But I'm looking forward to doing this. It was so good, it kind of like, all right, I want to be involved. Okay, I'll do it. I'll do it. Even though it's a lot of work. Okay, some other pre-orders. The new Linkin Park from Zero coming out November 15th. Got a couple of new Tone Poets that have been announced, both coming out November 1st. Clifford Jordan's Cliff Jordan and the Bobby Hutcherson Dialogue. Both are Tone Poets. They're doing a big reissue anniversary campaign for Weezer. We've got the Weezer Blue 30th anniversary box set. That comes out November 1st. That's the Super Deluxe box. There's a standalone disc as well, like a standalone blue. I think it's like a blue splatter vinyl. Comes out as well. New Order. They're doing a Brotherhood box set, kind of in same way they did Power Lies and Corruption. I think they're doing it for Brotherhood. They're also doing a bunch of 12-inch singles from that era as well. Those are all on the website. Iron Maiden, Power Slave, Zoetrope. I think this is a new Tears for Fear album. Songs for a Nervous Planet. They're doing a couple of Pete Townsend, I won't say reissues because I don't think they've ever come out on vinyl. You've got Psycho Derelict, the music only, LP, and the Iron Man, the musical. Both of those come out October 18th. Gwen Stefani, Love Angel Music Baby. 20th anniversary, November 22nd. Let's see. I've never done this for a piece of gear, but Technics announced a new turntable. It is the SL1300G. So it actually sits in between the 1200GR and the 1200G, but it's kind of a combination of the two. So you've got the new drive system from the GR, but you've got more of the look and the feel of the G, which is the more expensive table. So you've got that nice polished metal top, the brass platter, but then you've got the tone arm from the GR, which is not the, the G has the magnesium tone arm. This doesn't have that. So it's a root, but it doesn't look like a DJ table. So they're going to be very difficult to get when they first come out. That's kind of the way Technics rolls, is when they, they're a very conservative company. When things come out, they come out in small fashion. They don't just flood the market. Don't think I need that anymore anyways. They don't just flood the market with merchandise. So things are a little difficult to get at first. So I figured I would put it up for pre-order just in case somebody was waiting for it in December. There's a good chance those will all be pre-sold. So I thought, well, now we can, if people are interested in that table, we'll put a pre-order up. I don't know how a pre-order on a turntable will do, but I think they're going to land December. But go online and check it out. It's a good looking turntable. I personally would like to see something that sits in between the 1200G, which is like 4,300, and the turntable that I bought for myself, which is the 1000, which is 20K. That's a big price increase, but who knows, maybe in the future. But it is also a good price point to go between the GR, which is a $2,300 turntable, and the G, which is $4,300. So now they got a table in the middle of there. But yeah, maybe I'll do a video on that as well when it comes out. Restock 3 Blind Mice box set. Absolutely fantastic. Talk about it all the time. Blow Up Inside of that. It's one of my favorite audiophile jazz records. There's some other Impex stuff that's at the back here, but I get the restocks, but I figured I'd get the box set out of the way first. This is the black vinyl of Jack White's latest album, No Name. So this is the standard record. The indie came and gone extremely quick. We've got it on black vinyl now. It's here. Dexter Gordon's Go. All analog, cut from the original master tape by Kevin Gray, but these are the indie exclusives, which are on blue vinyl. So they did 10 titles. I think this is the 7th and 8th of the series. Song for My Father, the Horace Silver Quintet. If you actually are picking these up in store, unfortunately not online, but if you're picking these up in store, when you're picking them up, ask me for some free stuff. And I've got some free Blue Note related stuff to give you when you pick up your blue vinyl 85th series. So for a local pickup. This is the all black version of the Doug Carn Trio. I did an in-groove exclusive on orange vinyl. I think I got about 30 of those left. They're only limited to 300. When they're gone, they're done. But this is actually, I've gotten a couple of good emails. People were kind of impressed at how good this was, not only musically, but sonically. But this is the black vinyl, if you guys don't like colored vinyl. But again, I still have about 30 of the in-groove exclusive creamsicle vinyl pressings. The latest 2 titles from the Bluesville series, all analog. These were all done by Matt Luthans at the Mastering Lab in Kansas. But we've got Albert King, Blues Power, and Lightning Hopkins, Last Night Blues. Both of these titles, I think, are better, in my opinion, than I'm digging. I like these titles compared to what's come out so far. This Albert King is a bomb record. I'm not a huge blues guy, but this is a fantastic record. I do listen to that quite frequently. From Impex, Bud Shank's Barefoot Adventure. They did a limited pressing on like seafoam green vinyl to 1,500 copies. We just got that in. What do they call it? Sea Glass Aqua Vinyl. All analog, cut by Kevin Gray. Fantastic record. Has nothing to do with surf. It's a straight jazz record with a surf cover. It is a soundtrack to a documentary about surfing. But the music is jazz. I think they probably should have got surf music for that documentary, but that's just me. Coldplay, Parachutes. They reissued a good chunk of the Coldplay catalog, I believe. A Rush of Blood to the Head. Coldplay, X and Y. Wait a minute. becoming a thing. I've tried to manifest it not to happen, but it seems like it's a thing now. These are all eco records, so you know, I don't know what to tell you. You know how I feel about eco records. From Jackpot Records, we've got the next kind of batch of stuff they put out, Martin Denny wise. We've got Exotic Percussion. These are sourced from the master tapes. These are on sea glass vinyl. And we've got the Enchanted Sea. This is kind of cool because this is a mistake on the spine. It's the Enchanted Sea, but they actually put the spine of Forbidden Island. So I'm sure this will get corrected probably at the next repress. So yeah, now you know if you got the first pressing from Jackpot of the Enchanted Sea because it has the messed up spine. And Forbidden Island, which also has a Forbidden Island spine. Same thing, sourced from the master tapes. This is on dark lava vinyl. I think I got a restock of it in here as well, but from my top 100 imprint analog records list, they redid the Mel Brown, which I now have, and it's on clear vinyl this time. They're not doing the orange, I don't think, anymore. But the same all analog mastering by Kevin Gray. Absolutely fantastic record from Jackie McLean, Lit Freedom Ring, Tone Poet. Great title, highly recommend. This came in, unfortunately, after the video last week, so I included it, but it's part of last week's new arrival. Art Blakey and the Jazz Messengers. This is part of the Verve by Request series. Also, Verve by Request, we've got Freddie Hubbard's The Body and the Soul. Indiana Jones and the Raiders of the Lost Ark. I think, yeah, these are the missing titles from last week. I showed you guys the box set. I showed you guys a couple of the movies, but we didn't receive Raiders of the Lost Ark, right? So here that is. And what is this one? Ooh, I think this is the worst one, by the way, movie-wise. I thought the Crystal Skull was awful. People, it's weird. People think the fifth movie was the worst. I think it was clearly this movie. But yeah. Back on vinyl for the 20th anniversary, we've got the Velvet Revolver Contraband. Let's see, +6 bonus tracks, never before released on vinyl. Is this another anniversary album? Let me see here. The Pretty Reckless. Who You Selling For? This is the indie exclusive on Eco Mix vinyl. Hopefully it's just called Eco Mix vinyl and it's not actually Eco. Maybe they're just trying to sound, you know, without actually giving you the crummy Eco vinyl. Snow Patrol, The Forest is the Path. This is a deluxe marble blue edition. And here we have the black edition. The new album by Van Morrison. We've got Van Morrison, new arrangements and duets. From Sub Pop, Suki Waterhouse, Memoir of a Sparkle Muffin. This is the loser edition, which is code for first pressing. Ooh. She's got a spider coming out of her mouth. Mac DeMarco, Salad Days. This is a 10th anniversary edition, pressed on black vinyl with holographic effect. Ooh. It's like a triple trifold, kind of like the Who's Tommy trifold cover. Tori Amos, Unrepentant Geraldines. It's kind of a weird name, right? If I got that right. 50-50. I might not have. Puddle of Mud, Famous. This is from Music on Vinyl. Not a numbered edition. Bon Jovi's Greatest Hits. 2 LP set, including Living on a Prayer. I feel like, I'm not a big Greatest Hits fan, but if I was going to want Bon Jovi, I think that'd probably be about all the Bon Jovi I personally want. The Cardigans, The Rest of the Best. Volume 1. I showed you Volume 2 last week. All of our Volume 1s came beat up. Got new copies. Nice, clean, dent-free Volume 1. From Music on Vinyl, Cedar Walton, Ron Carter, and Jack DeJohnette. Let's see. Only recording of these jazz legends as a trio. Lady Blackbird, Spring Spirituals. Could be good. Keshi, Requiem. One of my favorite Disney movies. Well, Aladdin ended up becoming my favorite Disney movie, but before that it was The Little Mermaid. I think I had 3 copies of this on VHS. This is on transparent splattered vinyl. I mean, it was all about Sebastian for me. Fonder a little bit, but mainly Sebastian. The Butthole Surfers, Hair Way to Steven. Catfish and the Bottlemen. The Balcony. They got their hands in each other's pants on the cover here. What is this? Bones UK. This is on opaque pink vinyl. Part of me just wants to hear what this sounds like. Black Vial Brides, Bleeders. Just in time for Halloween. The Dead Boys, Young, Loud, and Snotty. This is a white vinyl variant made to 500 copies. I don't remember that blue tape on there. They censored it for me, you know what I mean? So I could show it to you guys on YouTube. Your copy will not come with the blue tape. Ishta, Kenna Manson, Mendelssohn. I don't think I got one of those words right. I mean, I wouldn't bet I got one of those words right. But there it is, on Decca. Epica, on black vinyl. This is Omega. And then we have Epica, The Quantum Enigma, on yellow and red marble vinyl. We've got Ions, Counterintuitive. Pyron, Exhaust. It's a gross cover. It's like a dead bird with its... Yeah. Music from The Godfather Part 3. Huh? Limited to 500 copies on translucent red color vinyl. Miranda Lambert, Postcard from Texas. This is the new album by Miranda Lambert. The Judds. Love Can Build a Bridge. Limited edition Born to Be Blue colored vinyl. The Ghost of Paul Revere, Believe. Shauna Thompson, Lean on Neon. This is on Sun Records. Vince Gill, Ricky Skaggs. The debut solo album. Josh Turner, This Country Music Thing. Man, I used to always talk about how they don't put enough records on, country records on vinyl, but they seem to be changing that. I personally don't listen to country, but people ask for it, and then I have to tell them, yeah, here's our country section. But it's getting bigger. We've had to expand. For Christmas, we've got Amy Grant and Vince Gill, When I Think of Christmas, on MCA Nashville. But for Halloween, we have the Scarier, what is this? Scarier Gothic Halloween on neon orange vinyl. I don't know any of those tunes. Oh, here's the clear vinyl. Mel Brown Chicken Fat on my top 100 imprint analog records you should own less. This record is dynamite. He just absolutely cooks on guitar. Highly recommend this. You will not be disappointed. When I had that, when it first came out the first time around, I play it in the store and like sell 3 or 4 copies every time it came on. Also all analog, cut from the original master tape by Kevin Gray. He did the meter stuff for Jackpot. This is the self-titled meters. These are just restocks, although the Mel Brown on clear vinyl is new. Struttin', also all analog, cut from the master tapes. The meter stuff came out fantastic. From Jackpot, we got Etta James, At Last. This is a record that you see mostly bootlegs of at this point. Are those gray, not bootlegs, but those gray market Spanish, gray label titles, but official release there. Restock of the 45 RPM of Friday Night in San Francisco. Absolutely fantastic record. Top 100 imprint analog records you should own list title right here. This is Earth, Wind, and Fire's That's the Way of the World. Got a restock of Patricia Barbara's Click. Also got a restock of Patricia Barbara's Nightclub, The One Step. I think these last few titles here are all restocks. Some Kanye West, which we've actually been out of for quite some time. The College Dropout. Late Registration. And, what is this, a restock? Joe Henderson's Page One. This is a Blue Note Classic title. Oh yeah, this we've been out of for quite a while. I don't know what the deal was. Maybe they were just kind of building up demand for the blue vinyl variants that came out. One of the greatest jazz albums of all time. Cannonball Adderley's Something Else. All analog, cut from the master tape by Kevin Gray. Same thing with this Midnight Blue, another just top jazz record. This is the black vinyl version. There's also the blue vinyl variant you can get as well. I've not had this in a while. I'm glad to get it back. From my top 100 imprint analog records you should own list. Bill Evans, A Sunday at the Village Vanguard. This is the all-analog Kevin Gray 33 RPM version. Phenomenal job they did with this. Textured cover, the whole nine. This is a no-brainer for this price point. Great title. Some Beatles stuff, I guess. Restocks of Hard Day's Night, Rubber Soul. The White Album, and, ooh, the standard non-$60 version of Chappell Roan's album, The Rise and Fall of the Midwest Princess. Yeah, there is, if you waited till the end, if you don't know this, there is, I don't know if it's been officially announced, I don't know what the deal is, but it was leaked that they are doing the Beatles on Capitol, the 1964 album, so that's like, you know, the stuff that came out in 1964, maybe as a box set, all analog from the master tapes, but these are the Capitol master tapes, which sonically are like, but keep in mind, that's percolating. There's a lot of rumors. I've gotten about 20 phone calls on it today, so try to alleviate some of those phone calls. I'm like 99.9% positive that is something they're, of course, going to sell to everybody. It's not going to be some rare limited edition. That's not typically the way the Beatles do things. They make stuff to sell stuff, and they do a really good job at it. They sell a lot of records, those Beatles. But that's what I'm hearing. It's kind of all but been confirmed because we've got photographs, we've got mock-ups, we've got pictures of the albums with the master tape copied. But again, it's going to be the 1964 Capitol albums, including A Hard Day's Night, which is technically United Artists, but that might be a Capitol-owned label at this point. But yeah, all the 64 albums, but they're the Capitol mixes. So the unique echo, the unique track order, the unique construction of the album from what is considered the catalog at this point, the English pressings. But they are all analog, and they are, yeah, coming when? I don't know, but I'm pretty confident that's a thing. We just don't know as of yet, but it's swirling all over the internet. If they were trying to keep a secret, they did a horrible job. But who knows? This could be just to stoke the fire and get the people all in a huff. I'm thinking these are going to do extremely well. Some people are like, oh, why can't they do the British stuff analog? Yeah, I get it. But man, these are going to sell like gangbusters. There's a huge demand for the English pressings because if you were raised in the United States in the 60s and 70s, those are the records you grew up with. That particular mastering, those sound, those weird added echoes and the track listing and the assemblage, the way they were put together, that's what you grew up with. That's what you're familiar with. And it seems like you're going to get the highest version of that probably possible. So check us out online at theungroove.com. Until next time.